Imhotep. Imhotep existed 2,000 years before Hippocrates. Today, medical students in the world take hypocritical oath. These are lies. When you ask a medical student, who is the father of medicine, they say, oh, it is Hippocrates. It is Hippocrates. Like, seriously? I was traveling to Lagos and I was in the same voyage with some medical students. I asked them, who is the father of medicine, please, if I may ask? They decided to praise Eurocentric knowledge. They said, don't you know? It is Hippocrates. And they were so excited to say it. And then I asked them, is that what they taught you? They said, yes. I said, you are lost. They looked at me like they have finally seen the division of madness. I said, have you not heard of the name Imhotep? They said, Imhotep. They have never heard of that name before. I laughed at them. I said, okay, when did Hippocrates existed? They didn't know. You see, when I tell you that history has a role to play in every field of endeavor, you think I'm just trying to sound conspicuous. No, history has a role to play, even in the medical practitioning. Because these people thought that Hippocrates is the father of medicine, not knowing that it is Imhotep. When I told them no, medicine did not start with the Greeks. Medicine started at the bank of the Nile. They were looking at me like they have seen the division of madness. And then I began to teach them. I began to diagnose knowledge for them. And then they began to understand that they have been hidden from the ancient knowledge of Akebulan. You see, most time they tell us that the Greeks started medicine. But medicine started at the bank of the Nile. Imhotep. Imhotep existed 2,000 years before Hippocrates. Today, medical students in the world take hypocritical oath. These are lies. Let me educate you a little. You see, when the Greeks came to Kemet, the ancient Egypt, Imhotep was there. Imhotep was 2,700 BCE. Before the Greeks came to Kemet, this man, Imhotep, in ancient Egypt, was already performing surgery, treating broken bones. This man was already diagnosing diseases. In fact, he wrote some medical texts that the Greeks copy today. Imhotep was the first world recorded physician, architect, and engineer. He was the one that designed the Step Pyramid of Djoser. He was. In fact, when the Greeks saw him, they were so amazed to see someone that brilliant and intelligent. Do you know what they called him? They called him Asclepius. They called him Asclepius. Do you know what that means? The god of healing. Because Asclepius is the god of healing in Greeks. So they said, no, this can be a man. This is Asclepius. Imhotep said, no, I am Imhotep, a man. He said, no, you cannot be a man. You are Asclepius. Because I've never seen such intelligence before. What Hippocrates, the one that you all appreciate today, did was that he was the one that promoted reasoning and observation in the place of superstition and medical practitioning. He is not the father of medicine. The father and the origin of medicine is Imhotep. Why is this important? This is important because as an African, when you are studying what you think is alien to you, there's a level of abundance you cannot tap into. But when you are studying what you know is yours, you tap fully into the abundance of knowledge. You need to study. You need to tap in to a knowledge that is beyond that extraterrestrial. Wisdom is the principal theme. Imhotep, 2,700 BCE, 2,000 years before Hippocrates. Hippocrates was 470 to 360 BCE. Wisdom Africa. Wisdom. The principal thing. I am still giving books. From Friday, next tomorrow, I'll start giving you books. Okay? So you can read and understand about some certain things. But no, that is not all knowledge that comes from book. That's what we call revelation knowledge. That knowledge that comes when you open up, you tap. You tap from that level of abundance. he comes. I call it the wisdomization of the Holy Spirit. That's what I call it. And that's what it is. You need to understand. You need to open up. You need to understand. You need to learn. And modern day time Christ is here to teach you. Follow me on social media platform, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Comment on this video. Share this video to let them know. I think it's high time I start visiting some medical schools to start teaching them some certain things they need to understand so they can be more appreciative of their ancestors. Africa, wisdom. Wisdom is the principal thing.